kilometer, 32 minutes, 30 seconds, 5 minutes, 17 seconds per kilometer, 135 beats per minute on a nice and easy off-season run here in Berlin. Hello and welcome to my very first vlog series. Today I'm gonna talk about setting training goals for the next season and looking back at a crazy season of 2020. My biggest goal for the 2020 season is to become a first-time Ironman distance finisher at Challenge Roth, and I want to finish Challenge Roth sub 12 hours. And how I'm gonna do it, or if I'm capable of doing it, that I want to discuss in the next few minutes. How does my season look like? Well, we still have 36 weeks to go until Challenge Roth, and I'm planning to start my training in November. So this is roughly 256 days left, or almost 70% of a full year. So quite a few training days to pack. Well, of course, I will start with the base block. Usually it's about getting back into a routine, getting back to early morning runs or swims. And in December, I'm planning to participate in the Rafa Festive 500, which is cycling 500 kilometers between Christmas and New Year's Eve. And as I did last year, or this year actually in January, to do a winter run series. I don't know if it will take place due to COVID, but usually there's a winter run series in Berlin in January. I think the first run is about 10 kilometers, then the next one 15 kilometers, and finishing with a half marathon distance. Then of course there's a build phase planned. Usually I do Berlin half marathon. I hope to go for personal best next year, but yeah, let's still see, and also participate in some duathlons. And for the peak block, I'm planning to go on a 70.3 B race, but again, it's kind of hard to predict if races will start. And I also I'm not registered anywhere today. And then hopefully, fingers crossed, race day on 4th of July 2021. This is what I'm training for. I want to give you some first numbers. Where am I today? What were my recent race results? And to start with the 70.3 Knappenmann. It took place, I think, in late summer this year, last weekend of August, and I finished with a personal best, 4 hours, 46 minutes. And I'm super happy with this result. I was planning to go sub 5 hours and it worked out. So that was very good, and also gives me tons of motivation to finish Challenge Roth below 12 hours. Then last year I did Berlin Marathon, and I also finished with a personal best 3 hours 31 minutes. Obviously I was aiming at 3 hours 30 minutes, but yeah, 1 minute is still left to break the personal best. Hopefully, I don't know, maybe next year, maybe the year after. I also have a half marathon PB, or the latest PB is 1 hour 37 minutes from 2020. I did a self-paced half marathon, I think in April, and my latest 10K time is around 43 minutes from 2019. So here also lifetime goal would be to achieve a sub 40 finish for a 10K race, but this is what I'm capable of at the moment, and what I'm aiming at to break. Then some total distances from the training during the last year, so last 365 days. I swam a total 100,984 meters, and the weekly average was 1,905 meters and 40 minutes on a weekly average. This is very low. I definitely need to increase the swimming efforts here, especially for road preparation. But yeah, we got COVID, the pools were closed. I will show you later a bit of that impact. Then on the bike I did 9,028 kilometers. I'm quite happy with that. 171 kilometers was the weekly average, resulting in 6 hours 14 minutes. That is quite okay. Maybe next year we aim at 10,000 kilometers per year, but let's see. Also this year still not over, and let's see what we can get out of it. And for the run, also 1,215 kilometers. I think it's not that much, should be much more, especially when you're preparing for a full Ironman distance. Triathlon is almost 23 kilometers per week, and 2 hours 5 minutes. Surely not enough for next year's goals. So also the run will have to increase a lot. What were the longest session during the last year? My longest swim was 3,000 meters, which was 1 hour 5 minutes. The longest bike was 191 kilometers, 6 hour 47 minutes. And the longest run was a half marathon, or was in this case was a training run, 1 hour 47 minutes. I'm pretty sure that maybe not for the run, but the swim and the run, there will be longer sessions next year. So, and here's a breakdown of my weekly average times. As you see, I had a slow start into last season, where I was already preparing for Challenge Roth until it got cancelled. Then I would say in the first quarter, my weekly average was below 10 hours. Then it went up a bit during the building phase, where I was around, 12 hours on average. Then COVID came, and I was frustrated that the races got cancelled. So there was I think 2 weeks where I almost did no training at all. But then Swift season kicks off. I did a lot of training on the indoor trainer. That was the only thing left, like Swift races. And then I also had a small season break in between, and then there was a chance to sign up for the 70.3 Ironman distance at Knappenman. And then training hours went up a bit, and then we also had an early end to the season. I was planning to go for a half marathon, but actually I cancelled that because also here in Berlin we see rising COVID numbers, and I felt it was not the right time to go at the starting line at this point. Hopefully next season will get better. Let's hope for the best. Here's some statistics and also race targets for Challenge Roth. Here, as you can see, there was a long break in between the season, and the pools were closed. At the moment here in Berlin, we have to pre-order our tickets and reserve time slots. So I hope that this will work out quite well, so that I can go to the pool in the early morning or maybe in the evenings. My race target would be 1 hour 15 minutes. I think in Knappenman, where I swam 1,900 meters in 35 minutes, I guess. So hopefully that is, hopefully I'm capable of swimming in this time, but that is my initial target at the moment. Then the bike was pretty consistent, as you can see. So almost bike during the whole year. Race prediction or race target would be 5 hours 30 minutes. I did 73 kilometers per hour on average for the Knappenman, which was a flat course. It was a bit over 200 watts on average, like 220, 217 watts on average. I think that's a bit too high for the Ironman distance, but let's see where we will end. And for the run, you see that I think the start into the season was quite okay. Then during the build phase, I ramped up with the running. yeah, and then there was a break, and I was not so consistent anymore. And then for the 70.3 preparation, running went up a bit, and then fade out by the end of the season. My target for Challenge Roth would be a sub 4-hour marathon finish. Let's see what's possible. Here I will give you some insights on the recent performance test I got. It is the Inside Remote Do It From Home performance test. And it's not really where am I today, but it is more about where was I yesterday. I think the test is from April. So you see my weight is 78 kilograms, which is still okay from an absolute perspective. But when you look at body fat, it's 15%. It's a bit too much, so I hope that I can rip some kilos off. So maybe 74 kilos would be a racing weight. Let's see if that is possible, and dive into some numbers here. So VO2 max was measured at 58.9. That is quite good measure. I hope to, let's say, target the 60. Let's see what's possible there. Fowler max is 0.46, which is quite low. It would be nice if that is a real measure, but I know from a lab test I did earlier in 2020 in January, it was more like 0.65, something like that, which is a bit high. I think the low result here results from the sprint test, which was not ideal. So there is a 15-second all-out sprint test on the turbo trainer, and I think I messed that sprint up a bit, so didn't get into my full potential here. Anaerobic threshold is at 3.8 watt per kilos and was a total of 296 watts. Of course, I was hoping to break the 300 watt threshold, yeah, but I think on Swift I did a step test once, and that was like 307 watts, but that is also from summer, so right now I think I'm not capable of doing 300 watts. Yeah, but that should be the target also for Challenge Roth preparation, and fat max in this case was at 196 watts, which is quite okay. I'm planning, or I hope that I can go for 200 watts on average for Challenge Roth. Here are my final thoughts. Where am I today? As you can see, my chronicle training load dropped massive during the last 3 weeks. So yeah, target is to ramp it up. Target is to start with training in November, get the base miles in, and for the whole season, as you can see, target CTL of 90 or 100 CTL would result in a sub 12 hour finish, and this is the target. This is what I want to see in my Training Peaks account in July. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked my very first vlog about Ironman training, and if you do so, please subscribe my channel for weekly updates. See you soon.